Good morning. Today, the 33 is officially going under the knife. So this car has sat. The last time I drove it was at LZ's thing in New Jersey, I think, which was, I want to say that was July. It probably wasn't the last time I drove it, but it was one of the last times I drove it. So, the engine from this car is coming out to prep for the new engine. And I guess there's not really much else to say. Let's get into it. Okay, what you just witnessed, this is my 33 getting absolutely raped. We took the heart out, placed it in this car, and now I have to wash my car because it was filthy, and then it rained, and I didn't want to put it away. Disgusting. So I'll wash it today, put it back in the shop, and then we get to start prepping the engine to go in. And that's the exciting part, because I have a brand new transmission. Let's see my ride height before I get too deep without an engine in this thing. It's actually not bad. Car looks so fucking good out here. Damn. I'm excited. I'm excited and I'm not excited because this thing doesn't run anymore, but it's fucking winter. It's winter. It's cold. I'm in 2 jackets. Before we get too crazy, I just want to show you guys my current bay that I'll be painting. It's actually in really good shape, with the only scuffs being on like the radiator support and then a couple little like nicks here from the airbox or something, but it's really clean. And to be fair, like the 33 bays just don't hit as hard as 32s. The reason these don't hit as hard as 32 bays is because you don't delete ABS and you're stuck looking at this hideous ABS unit and all the lines, and then my wiring harness is still in there, so it just kind of looks shittier than normal. Regardless, I'm not as stoked on 33 bays because there's just less beautifying to do to them. With that being said, I'm just figuring out the setup. Okay, here are the parts I'll be using right now to set this up. This engine will be getting HKS coil kit, Nismo thermostat, which I've had for many moons, new thermostat housing or inlet water pipe, dipstick tube, dipstick. This is the whole kit, and we have to install this first and foremost. I actually have to put spark plugs in first and foremost, but you get it. Let's go get the other pieces. And I've installed everything associated with this kit except for the crank damper, super damper. Before I can do that, I need an ARP crank bolt, which I think we just used our last one on a customer car. This one has one. I'm not going to remove that, so I can't install that until I get that because I'm not running that factory one. But here's the parts. The coil kit, the super damper, they call it a pulley kit. It consists of crank pulley, water pump pulley, belt, and some other items I'll show you right now. Time has come. We're putting the coil kit in. I've already started. While I do that, Alex had already installed this thing. My favorite part about this kit is there's an O-ring on the bottom, an O-ring on the top. When you put it in, seals on the bottom, and then when you put this piece in, seals on the top. So you could technically, hopefully, dump a gallon of water in here and it wouldn't get to the spark plugs. It would just chill in that valley. I'll never have to worry about that, but it is interesting to know that I could do that. So now that all those are in, the best part. HKS just makes such good shit. It's just so good. We're putting the 6-speed into the 33, and this is the entire kit from Nissan, and it's just fucking fantastic. It's phenomenal. So I'm gonna build it on this table. Check this out. Now it's not too high. And we're waiting for Mike to get the shot so you guys can see the unveiling of what, I'm just gonna say it, a $26,000 transmission swap looks like. Let's do some unboxing quick, Michael. Okay, you're gonna have to get in here for this one. Look at this jute padding. We'll make this easier. Oh yeah. You wanna help me, Derek? Oh, I caught something. Ready? It's actually not bad with two people. It's actually fucking light, unless you have all the weight, and I don't know about it. Cool. I might need your help again with the trans. Oh my god, I scratched my new table. See, this is why I didn't want to do this. That's why I didn't want to do this. Let's go. Oh, we did it backwards. God damn it. This is so sick. I feel like a kid on like the best Christmas ever. 26 grand. But once it's in the car, I'll never see it again. So that sucks worse. Watch my car. Dude, I spent so much time on this table. And this is what it looks like. How did that even happen? Anyway, there's the trans. So we have to bolt that to that, and then we get to go through all the other boxes. That's so sick. I'm gonna leave this little hairnet on here for now. Super fucking cool. They even give you like a plate. That's where the shifter goes. We'll be putting a C's on this, obviously. But this is so cool. Get your glam shots, Michael.
This has to be reversed.
Turning weird. Okay. You don't have those. What up?
They want to like speak about the big pimpin' over here.
Yeah. Did you see how much I fucked it up? Just putting that transmission on it. Did you see? It's all fucking scratched as shit. $1,000.
They nicked it.
What are you showing me?
There's a little nick in it from where they tightened it.
Don't you dare say that.
You talking shit about Nissan? Huh?
Yeah, I am. Didn't even flinch.
You did a little. The wire stripper's sick too. You ever see these? It's a gift for dad.
Yep.
Okay, so there's two boxes not on the table. They're the two drive shafts. What we have is a shifter, some breather hose. This is actually the vibration or anti-vibration mount. It says damper assembly, so it's for vibration. Slave cylinder, exhaust clamp. Oh shit, new. The gasket for this, even though there's one on there. This says arm striking. I don't know what that is. Well, oh, you know what that is? It's the shifter piece that goes on the end of this under here, and the shifter slides in. Here's all our hardware, miscellaneous. You can see some bolts. There's a bunch of shit in there. I don't know what that is. There's the exhaust clamp. This says housing control. That's probably your speedo. Here's the one of the hose breathers. And then here we've got the insulator. So this is the engine, the transmission mount. This is the clutch lines and associated stuff. And this is the clutch that I won't be using. Transmission transfer case. Super sick. And we've even got the Nismo rubber tray chilling here for when we start to assemble it. I'm not going to do that today. I just wanted to get it out of the box. It used to be up there. It was a shit show. So we brought the forklift in. It was a whole thing. This car started out fairly stock. It had these brakes, which are factory brakes with a bigger rotor, I believe 350Z. Came on some NTO3s, but I've completely changed this car. Did the Xenons. I did the 400R bumper with the Series 3 lip. I love this look. This is the best look, in my opinion, for the R33. I did the Ganadors. I did the 400R skirts, which have this vent, and they sit about 20 to 30 millimeters lower. I did the dual carbon wing blade, and I did the spats. Didn't do the 400R rear bumper because I didn't really love it. If you look, unless I'm missing something here, it's because of this little guy. I want to delete the wiper, so I got a wiperless rear glass, and I got new quarter glass. So what I'll be doing is replacing the quarter glass while the glass is out, detailing the whole car, because I had some very light oxidation of the paint near this piece of quarter glass that's really difficult to get to. You can actually see it here. I don't know if you can see it. Just along this trim line, it's a little oxidized. You can see it really bad there. Once this glass is out, a detailer can get in there. Larson will get in there, get it nice, coat it, put the new glass in. We're starting the rebuild now with the rear subframe. On this table, I have all new components for the rear subframe. We'll go into that right now. This is a brand new S15 rear subframe that we've reinforced. I don't know if you can see that. GK Tech sells a kit, a welding kit. We've reinforced it here, here, on all these arms, down here, over here. And the reason we use the S15 is because this vehicle did not come with Hikes from the factory. So this subframe with the Skyline bushings will be perfect for the 33 to OEM delete the Hikes. So I just mentioned the subframe bushings. These are Nismo's new solid subframe bushings. Those go in first. Then we've got diff bushings that go in here. Then we have lower control arms, upper control arms. This would be your toe arm, which is your Hikes, what would replace the Hikes arm. And then we have these Nismo reinforcements. Oh, and we have the, wait, maybe those, yeah, these are tension arms. I forget what these are called. Doesn't matter. So 1, 2, 3. These are knuckles, 300GX knuckles, or these are actually GTR knuckles that the bushings have all been pressed out and replaced with all Nismo bushings. This has been vapor blasted and coated. This is sick. It's really nice. It's really nice. That's the only way to put it. So I'll be assembling this subframe, getting all the new hardware, wheel bearings, all that shit on there, brake shields, etc., etc., etc. And then this will chill. But in this video, we're going to be doing that. So let's get to it. It's kind of a puzzle we got to figure out. I've got some of the bolts and nuts here, but then this kit, which will do like, basically it does shit like this. I don't know if this is exactly where this one goes, but in doing so, it reinforces the subframe. Adds some weight, just makes it a little beefier. These are really cool. And then all this stuff is reinforced. You'll see the welded webbing on the bottom. That reinforces it a bit. It's really minimal. The reason I buy these is because they're new, not because there's any crazy performance gains from them. I just want new suspension. And it's a lot easier to just buy Nismo arms than press all the bushings, replace the ball joints. It's a shit show. So let's get to it. Just testing everything before I film it. I did the passenger side. So you have this brace added, this brace added. It's kind of cool how they do it. All the Nismo arms in place, all nice zinc bolts in place. We got the knuckles in place, and then we have the Hikes delete there. So that's pretty much what it'll look like. So this is a test fit. I am undecided, so here's the dilemma. This is the lower control arm. This is the only one that's like side specific between all the arms. This one is too, because you want it to bend around the coil over. However, this one doesn't have a sticker anywhere. This one has a sticker in the front. This one has a sticker in the front. If I use the other side, it does the opposite. The sticker goes to the back. Probably when I redo all this after I put the bushings in, I'm probably going to make it so the stickers are the other way. So if you look at like the arm in the back, it's like this. Stickers on that side. So if you were looking from the back, you'd be able to see the Nismo. I thought they were labeled, but they're really not. And it doesn't really matter, but I have to do it. So I'll disassemble this. I just wanted to test everything. I'll just take it off here, slide it over. This will all stay assembled. Put the bushings in, clean up the holes, put the bushings in, because you don't want to be monkey fucking around with all this attached while attempting to put these bushings in. So I have to put them in the freezer and come back probably tomorrow to install them. Luckily, I have a freezer right over here. And it's got some bushings in it already. So you just throw them in there like that. They'll grow some snow on them eventually. And they actually contract. So they shrink so that they kind of go in easier. And then as they get back up to room temperature, ambient temperature, whatever you want to call it, they expand and they're a really tight fit. They're a tight fit even when they're cold, if I'm being honest. Just makes it a touch easier to put in. So these are really cool. They go into the factory bolts. This one goes around it, so it'll pinch this one on. I think this is sick. I don't know if it does anything, but I know it looks cool. Okay, solid bushings are in perfectly. These go underneath, and the factory like washer cap thing goes in them. And we've got this whole side completely assembled, just not tight. Lower arm, upper arm, Nismo facing outward like real boy. Eccentrics in. It's kind of confusing with this eccentric because there's a brace there, but I guess it just spins on it. Looks sick. Pretty soon this will be completely assembled. All these parts will be off my table here, and I'll be able to move to the next step. I have to get these pressed out, bearings bolted on, this pressed in there, and I have to remember the brake shield, because if I fuck that up, I got this dialed. I tightened it ish. I haven't tightened any of these yet, but this is all set. So I'm waiting for my dust backing plate shield things from Tom Hesser, shout out Curtis. And what I'll be doing is putting those on. I'm gonna trim them, I'm gonna powder coat them, and then I'm gonna put them on, because my brakes are gonna be larger than factory. I just say that. So now we've got to press the studs out, press the new studs in, and just get ready for those backing plates. I should have them Monday, and it's Thursday now, so it'll be a couple days. I'll cut them, send them to powder. Hopefully by this time next week, I'll have the backing plates. I'll be able to final assemble this. I'm going to rebuild the axles. I'm going to pretty up the diff. I'm removing the active LSD. So all V-specs, I moved my oil cooler lines and made a mess. All V-specs, which this car is, one of the things it comes with is an active LSD. It's really similar to the Evo's AYC, active yaw control. What it does is kind of straighten the car when it gets a little yaw. I don't really know how it works. I don't really care. It's annoying. It's an extra system, and I have an Atessa pump and a diff from a non-V-spec that I'll be able to put in this car. Take the V-spec stuff out, put it on the shelf. It doesn't matter. I don't need it. Get an LSD for the diff that's going in it. Be able to finalize the rear subframe, and then move on to the front. That's going to be the goal, is getting the front good. And I just purchased, and I hope it shows up, from Thailand, a Nismo carbon airbox. So the 34 is the same car. Let's just get that out of the way. They're so similar. Accessories work between the two. One of those accessories being the airbox. So what I'll be doing is putting a carbon airbox in with the carbon inlet pipe like we put on TJ's car. And I have the Nismo radiator, and I have the Nismo intercooler, and I have the Nismo lower piping. So I'll basically have an HKS Nismo built 33, which is the best of all worlds. HKS doesn't make a radiator. They do make an intercooler, but I'll be honest with you, I don't love the way it mounts. It doesn't isolate the intercooler. It is a little bigger though, which is a positive, but in the 33, it's actually a nightmare, and I'll show you why. Where these pieces are make you have to put the intercooler so far off the chassis that you can't fit big intercoolers without cutting the shit out of the bumper, cutting the shit out of the bumper support, and I don't really want to do that. I'll leave some power on the table, especially with ethanol. I should be fine. Hey, exciting. I got my new backing plates. Brand new. Oh, brand new from the dealer. These are the fronts. These are the rears. I have to trim this whole lip down because my rotors are too big. And then I have to get this powder coated. So I took brand new ones. We're going to cut the lips off, powder coat it. So I'm not going to put it in this video because it's going to take me about 2 weeks to get that done. We got to cut it. We just sent a batch powder out. When that gets done next week, I'll bring another batch which will have these in it. But what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to try to flatten this one, not cut it. Just make it flat all the way across. And then this one, we're going to just grind the lip all the way down. Because if you try to cut it and you catch with a Sawzall or catch with a grinder, it's going to bend them and it's just a shit show. So we're going to actually grind those or sand those off on the back and the front. We're just going to bend them flat. And come with some pretty weird ideas on how to do that. But anyway, with all that being said, I'm going to end the video here because I can't complete this and I don't want to keep dragging this out. It's already a long video. So what we'll be doing is powder coating that, bolting it on. I've got to set the diff up, diff bushings. That'll be in another video later down. I just want to get these parts off the shelf and accounted for because I have 2 sets of things, 3 sets of things, and I'd really like to use them, sell them, apply them to another build that I own, or apply them to another build in the shop. So anyway, thanks for watching. Get excited because the next video of this build series is going to be prepping the engine, getting this ready, getting some stuff ready for powder coat from this, valve covers, coil cover, HKS, timing cover that, well, it's not HKS. This HKS branded timing cover that is just a billet piece, and dialing this engine. I want to get a subframe on it. I want to get the steering rack on it. I want to get the turbos on it, like everything. So that'll probably be either next or soon in the series. And maybe next we'll be bringing this to the other side. I'll strip the front end off and we'll get it ready for paint. And I'm going to go find and kill that cricket. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.